Alright, welcome back to Dinopedia, entry number 21, the Dunkleosteus. Remember to like if you like and subscribe down below for more videos. Alright, so the schedule as usual is a look at the Ark Survival Dunkleosteus, a look at tips and tricks for the Dunkleo, potential add-ons for Ark Survival Ascended, and reworking for my new game, Dino World. Let's get into it. So looking at the Ark Survival Dunkleosteus, I have actually never seen this in the wild, so I don't know, I've never seen it, so I have no idea, how big it is, but looking at it, it looks pretty dang big. So it's obviously an animal and a fish, so it goes in the kingdom Animalia and the group fish. Its description is carnivorous fish, obviously. I mean, look at its freaking teeth, they're freaking massive. Its traits, it's slow moving with armored plates on its scales, making it harder to damage. It will not attack players if they stay out of its way. However, if you do swim into its path, it will attack you. So its health, it's bigger than it has better stats than a Megalodon, surprisingly enough. So it is kind of weird that this fish is bigger than a Megalodon, because in prehistoric times, Megalodons were kind of the biggest fish. So its health is 710, stamina 200, oxygen 150. This is reverse because it's a fish, so obviously it stays on land. So obviously it has an infinite water bar. However, oxygen is reversed for aquatic creatures, so it can actually survive on land, and when it's on land out of water, then its oxygen bar goes down. So that's why its oxygen is 150. Food and water is 2,000 each. Weight is 910. Melee 60. Swimming speed 5.46 meters per second. And torpor is 1150. So of course there's a lot of utility with the Dunkleosteus that not a lot of people realize. First of all, its armored plates make the Dunkleo a budget Mojosaurus, able to destroy stone structures easily, but metal takes some time. It also has damage reduction from those armored plates. So of course it takes less damage overall than a Mojosaurus would, and still destroys stone structures pretty easily. Metal does take some hits though. It's also a special transport. It has weight reductions for rare and special resources. It has a 50% reduction for black pearls, crystal, metal, oil, and stone, and a 75% weight reduction for obsidian. It also is a collection bus, able to harvest special resources at superior rates. So it can harvest black pearls at ×3, stone and metal at ×4, and wood, crystal, and oil at ×5 per hit. So very good for collecting and also transporting special resources. It also has some tricks with its extra collection. Dunkleosteus possesses extra ways to collect certain underwater resources, being able to collect black pearls from killing deepwater creatures such as the Achatina, Euterpid, and the Plesiosaurus. It also is able to passively collect oil by swimming near a Balosaurus but not killing it. So that is very useful, that you can passively collect oil from a Balosaurus, which is pretty cool because you don't actually have to kill the Balosaurus to get oil. So it is also a combat submarine due to its armor plates giving a passive damage reduction and its massive structure damage. It can act as a better water mount when destroying water and beach bases, since it can survive on land for a limited time. Also a shallow threat. For being a big fish, it can still swim in shallow waters such as big rivers and near beaches. So very good for even if they have a upstream river base as well as a beach base. So some potential add-ons, additional qualities. I think more armor. In the wild, Dunkleosauruses have full body armor plates instead of just being on its head. So maybe in the game they added more body plates instead of just on the head and underbelly, maybe just through the entire fish. And also wave breaker, similar to orcas. These fish should be able to lunge onto the beach to catch escaping prey such as turtles, trilobites, and even beach bobs to players before receding back into water. So some orcas will actually lunge onto rocks to grab seals, and I think this has had the same effect here because the Dunkleosteus is much bigger than an orca but can still swim in shallow water. So I think it should work out that way. So looking at the Ark Survival Dunkleosteus versus the Jurassic World Evolution Dunkleosteus, I would say there's a clear winner, and that is the Ark Survival one, because the one in Jurassic World looks really freaking simple and looks really ugly. So I think the Ark Survival one looks pretty good. And compared to ours has a better color scheme and has better armor plates as it goes all the way down the body of the Dunkleosteus, but I still think the Ark one looks so much better. So I still think the Ark Survival one beats everyone in this contest of looks. So the Dunkleo for Dino World, obviously we shorten the name to Dunkleo. There's a normal Dunkleo, wild and tame dino variant, and the mutated one, which is the product of 2 tame Dunkleos mating with a gene computer. So of course, it's still in the animal kingdom Animalia as always, and is in the fish group, because it is a fish, as you can clearly see. No, Cleo, you're not going out. Sorry, my cat is pawing at the window even though it is 35 degrees outside. So class carnivorous fish, family medium fish, so it is in the barracudas, sawfish, and marlins category. Comparing its health block, I have basically mostly watered down its stats. It has a health of 700 instead of 710, an auction, and has an infinite auction bar instead of 150. I didn't realize what auction was, but I think the 150 should stand. The weight is a little bit different. It's 900 instead of 910. Swimming speed is 6 meters per second instead of 5.46 meters per second. And it has a torpor of 2000 instead of 1150. So better torpor overall. Its additional traits, suit of armor, full body armor plates, wave breaker. It can lunge onto the beach and recede back once it caught its prey, so beach bobs are not safe. It has water vision, can see better in murky and dark water, as it is a fish. It has an oxygen tank, gives the rider, so a rider that's riding the Dunkleo has an extra oxygen boost as for most water tames. And its ability Lockjaw Beak. It's the beaked mouth of the Dunkleo can crush down on an enemy, keeping them still and immobile for a few seconds. I'm talking about this that looks like a freaking lockjaw. It's a freaking beak of a mouth. It crunches onto an enemy and holds them still and immobile for a few seconds, similar to the Megalosaurus. So of course, lastly, we're going to look at Dino World spawns for the main map Europa. Remember, blue is guaranteed, green very likely, yellow few to likely, orange to rare, red for very rare, and pink for dead. So when looking, it's in the Deepwater ocean, so you're not going to find it in the shallows, and you're not going to find it at the top of the ocean. You're going to have to swim a little deeper to find a Dunkleosteus, but you can still find them with you can still find few to likely of them in the Deepwater ocean. So not very likely and not guaranteed, but still, few to likely. So of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe if you like it. Comment down below your thoughts. Have a blessed day as always, and of course, as always, toodaloo.